Baker Mayfield, he's divisive. Baker Mayfield.
He's got a rat's mouth.
Baker Mayfield showed up and Amazon primed a victory for the Los Angeles Rams last night. Dude got released by the Carolina Panthers on Monday. He gets picked up by the Rams on Tuesday. As Brooke Pryor explained to us from ESPN, Sean McVay and Baker Mayfield do have a relationship. And he shows up, with the team on Wednesday, and then he plays last night against the the Las Vegas Raiders, and he has the game-winning drive. This, of course, I wake up this morning, I got a couple tweets in my mentions talking about, is this just another example of how the Carolina Panthers were so bad that Baker Mayfield is free now, just like Christian McCaffrey is free with the San Francisco 49ers? And I actually look at it the other way. I think two things can be true at once. Baker Mayfield's an incredible story where the guy got released and then played on Thursday with very little knowledge of the Rams playbook. And he had a game-winning drive. I think it's a great story for Baker Mayfield. But to me, this is more about the Raiders. The Raiders now have losses against a guy who's never coached before in the NFL on the first week, Jeff Saturday, losing to the Indianapolis Colts. And now they've lost to a quarterback that literally just showed up on the team and played on a Thursday night against you. How long is McDaniels going to be the coach?
They keep saying he's safe.
Is he? Because that's what he's got on his record. There's this other thing, too. Like the Raiders are now 0-4 this season when leading by double digits at halftime.
That's a jarring statistic.
That is an incredible stat of ineptitude that you have. As Ray Rado pointed out last night, you're good enough in this league to actually build double-digit leads, but you're also so terrible that you lose them.
So I'm going to need like the 3 people out there who don't like it when we still talk about Matt Rhule. I'm going to need you to leave. And now the other 100 people who do like it, you stay right there. Because here we go.
Yeah. It's about to get hyper-masculine in here.
It is about to get hyper-masculine. Do you remember in the preseason when there was this quarterback battle between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold? Do you remember in the preseason when Baker Mayfield probably should have gotten a lot more reps? Do you remember when you could probably figure out, hey, this is what Baker Mayfield can do, and this is what he can't do? Do you remember the first couple of weeks of the season when Baker Mayfield would sit and get swallowed in the pocket and couldn't throw the ball down the field because it kept getting tipped?
Yeah.
Very first pass attempt I see at a Baker Mayfield last night is a play action off of a hard zone stretch play fake. He rolls outside of the pocket, then steps up into a passing lane that is clear, and completes a pass down the field, and I'm thinking to myself, Sean McVay in 24 hours figured out, well, if my diminutive quarterback is having a hard time throwing the ball down the field, I need to roll him out and give him a passing lane to throw through.
Weird, huh?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Here's the thing, and I say this all the time about Belichick. We call him a genius because he does the obvious. Sean McVay, of course, is the next genius in NFL coaching circles. He has the Super Bowl appearance to go with his bona fides. But the truth of the matter is, good coaches know the obvious answers because they're obvious for a reason.
You mean bona fides?
Those two.
Oh, there we are with the words again.
Yes, sorry. Had to bring it back to Matt Rhule. Not being a good coach. Sorry, not sorry.
Why are you so obsessed with him?
You're obsessed.
You're obsessed with Matt Rhule.
Do you know what I'm obsessed with? I'm obsessed with being right.
Yeah, you are obsessed
From
with
Jump Street.
Yeah,
I was right about that Joker. From day one.
Well, what's funny, I think what's happening here and the reason why you get these types of reactions is that sometimes the easiest answer is right in front of you and you don't have to try and find different ways to explain why things went the way that they went. They were poorly coached. But that being said, there are also multiple things that can be true at once. What I don't like about last night is that we're not here to relitigate who of the Panthers quarterbacks is the actual answer. Like, I had one guy, and I can't believe this is a real account, but it's not a parody account. There's a guy who has a Twitter account that says Darnold Forever, and his avatar is Sam Darnold, and he rides deep for Sam Darnold. I'm like, are you a family member? what
You found Keyshawn's burner.
maybe it is Keyshawn Johnson's burner.
USC pride.
Since he was such a big fan of Sam Darnold. And it's like, yeah, what last night proved is that Baker Mayfield is still bad. Because, I mean, it was a Baker game last night. Let's not act like he was, this awesome quarterback last night. It was a very Baker game last night. But the point was just like, oh, yeah, well, Sam Darnold now he's got the better coaching. He's got an offensive line. I'm like, it's still Sam Darnold. Like, here's what we're not going to do, Panthers fans. Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to see the results of last night or the last time we saw the Panthers play where Sam Darnold looked okay and act like, whoa, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. I was listening to Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max this morning, and the conversation they had today was about, hey, is Matt Stafford's career wrapping up, and is Baker the future for the Los Angeles Rams? Like, it's just a game. Commend Baker Mayfield for doing what he did because it's worth commending. Like I said from the jump, it's not easy to be released, picked up, travel, and then play on a Thursday night game with very little understanding of your teammates, very little understanding of the playbook, and you still go out there and you look pretty good.
A 98-yard drive to win the football game.
I mean, come on. Props to you. But what's wild to me is this immediate need. We must go all in on this conversation. Is Baker the future of the Rams? If you're the Rams and you don't have a first-round pick next year, best case scenario is that, you know what? You give Baker Mayfield a cheap contract, a bridge contract to get you to the next guy, whoever that might be. But for heaven's sake, let's calm down on this stuff. I mean, we'll see what happens with Baker Mayfield next week. But I do think the focus of last night really isn't about Baker Mayfield. I really do think it's about the Raiders and Josh McDaniels, who still has a job despite the fact that they lost to a first-time head coach who tweeted the Raiders are horrible, and he backed it up. And then last night gave up a game-winning drive to a dude who literally showed up via Amazon drone for Amazon Thursday Night Football.
Poor John Walford, by the way. I know State fans don't want to forgive him for 2017.
Say,
but
really, come on now. Come on now. Yeah, you don't want to do that.